Finally, we got some great news. IBPS RRB notification has been brought out and I'll be discussing everything about the notification in this video. If you have not subscribed to any course, you can check out Guidely's course. As I already told you, a lot of you have already availed it. If you have not yet done so, please check it out from the link in the description below. And you can also check out the Affairs Cloud PDF. On both of these things, you can get 10% off by using the coupon code SHUPRIYO. Let's start off our preparation without any delay. Hi, this is Shupriyo. So finally the RRB notification is out. So this is the notification for RRB office assistants. Also you can see RRB clerk and RRB scale 1 officer, which is equivalent to RRB PO, and also the scale 2 and the scale 3. So it is a comprehensive notification with over 9,000 vacancies, and I want to assure you that this is a quite good job, because many people might feel that RRB is not worth getting into, but I can assure you that even public sector bankers are nowadays going into RRB. I know personally a lot of SBI POs who actually left the job and joined an RRB in their own state because they wanted to go for work-life balance, they wanted to be near to their families, and there are many other things involved. So salary isn't the only thing. Of course, the career opportunities, the growth opportunities are a bit limited because you will be confined within one state and there is no interstate transfer in this job, but still RRB job is quite nice and it is a great start to an illustrious banking career. So let's begin and let's find out what this notification talks about. So first, let's see the salary and the perks of the RRB officer and the RRB clerk. So basically the RRB office assistant, the pay scale, it starts at the basic pay of 7,200, and the RRB scale 1 officer, the basic pay, it starts at 14,500. So these are the basic pays, and I have just outlined the growth in the salaries, the pay scale, how it actually grows. But the most important thing that you need to notice is the in-hand salary, right? That's what we want. So the in-hand salary for the office assistant, it will range from rupees 16,000 to rupees 22,000, and in-hand salary for the scale 1 officer, it's going to range from 28,000 to 34,000. And many POs I have seen from different banks, they go into scale 1 officer jobs and some go for scale 2. So the scale 2 officer, is going to get 34,000 to 40,000 rupees per month, and the in-hand pay for the scale 3 officer, it ranges from 38,000 rupees to 45,000 rupees. So the job, the payment is quite good, it's quite decent. It might not be the best in class, but it actually allows one to have a decent and a quality life. So let us move to the next part, which is the important dates of this notification. So very important, the online registration or modification. So online registration, it is from 1st July up to 21st July, and payment you can do up to 21st July for this application. And coming to the pre-exam training, so for the pre-exam training, this time actually what has happened, they have told that due to the lockdown, there might be a possibility that it might not be conducted, but they are trying their best to actually have it conducted. So they will try their best, and if it is done, then it will be on these dates. And the downloading for the call letters of the online examination, the prelims examination, so it will be possible in August 2020. And this is the most important date. This is the date for the prelims examination. So for the prelims examination, it is supposed to happen in September or October of 2020. Now most chances are right now for it to happen in September, as of now the news that we got, but it might be shifted a bit later, so that is why they have mentioned October as well. And the result of the online exam, the preliminary exam, it will be in October 2020. Mains, when is mains going to happen? It will happen in October or November 2020. And the declaration of the result for the mains and the interview as well, everything is going to be within October to November 2020. So by November 2020, almost all the interviews are going to get completed, and the provisional allotment for officers and for the office assistant, it will happen in January 2021. So Jan 2021, you can expect that you are going to start with this job. So this is the tentative timeline that they have given to us. Now remember that because of the lockdown, everything is tentative. So let's take a look into the eligibility criteria. So the eligibility criteria, this is very strange actually. Earlier, they always used to consider the 1st April as eligibility for these examinations, but I don't know why this time they are considering 1st July 2020. This is a strange decision because many students were actually preparing thinking that the cutoff date is going to be April, but we do not know why they have made this call, but now we have to live with it. We cannot really do anything about it. So for scale 3 officers, you have to be between 21 to 40 years, the cutoff date. So you should not be born before 3rd July 1980. For the scale 2 officers, it will be 21 to 32 years. So you should be born within 3rd July 1988. And for the officers of scale 1, which is the assistant manager, and this is actually the probationary officers, the same scale as the probationary officers, it will be 18 to 30. So you should not be born before 3rd July 1990. So this is the PO or the assistant manager, and for the office assistant, it will be 18 to 28 years, slightly lesser. So it will be 2nd July 1992. That is going to be the cutoff for the RRB clerk. Now this is all about the age eligibility that they have mentioned, and this is going to be followed rigorously for the general stream. But of course, for the SC/ST, if you are SC or ST, then you get a relaxation of plus 5 years. So you get a relaxation of plus 5, and for OBC you are going to get a relaxation of plus 3 years. So 3 years leeway you are going to get, and persons with benchmark disabilities, they get 10 years additional. So that is all about the age eligibility. And also remember that you can apply for 2 posts. Now this is also very important to note that for the RRB notification, you are going to be able to apply for the clerical post and any one officer post. So this is very important, any one officer. So you can apply for the office assistant, that everybody can apply for, and the second application you can make for either scale 1 or scale 2 or scale 3. So you cannot apply multiple officer posts. And the educational qualifications and the work ex, so there are different kinds of requirements for this. So let's take a look at the educational qualification and the work ex. So for office assistants, you can have a bachelor's degree in any discipline from a recognized university, and you must be proficient in that local language as prescribed by the RRB. So in that state's local language, you must be proficient. You must have desirable knowledge of computer. So this is not mandatory. It is desirable that you have a working knowledge of the computer. Now for officers in scale 1, you must have a bachelor's degree in any discipline, and remember that the preference will be given for those people who are having degrees in agriculture, horticulture, forestry, agricultural marketing, pisciculture, information technology, management, etc., etc. And you must be proficient in the local language, same as the office assistants, and it's desirable that you have a working knowledge of computer. For the scale 2 now, the officer scale 2, now this is very important. This post, they need a work ex as well. So you need 2 years as an officer in a bank or financial institute to be eligible for scale 2, and you also need a minimum of 50% marks in your bachelor's degree. Now it can be from any discipline, and remember that same way the preference will be given to these different streams that have been mentioned. So you can just take a look at that, and then you go to officer scale 2 for the specialist officers. Now we already talked about the general banking officer here, and this is about the specialist officers. So for specialist officer, you can apply for IT officer, but you need 1 year experience in the relevant field. So you must have worked 1 year in IT. For chartered accountants, you must have been a chartered accountant for 1 year, and for law officers, 2 years as an advocate or should have worked as law officer in banks or any FI. So treasury managers as well, 1 year is required. Marketing officer as well, 1 year is required, and the agricultural officer, 2 years are required. So in the same way, you can see the different kinds of eligibility. And the officer in scale 3, now this also requires a minimum of 50% marks in the bachelor's degree, and this post actually requires a minimum of 5 years experience as an officer in a bank or financial institution. So that's all about your educational qualifications eligibility. Okay, now another thing you must note that if you are a final year student, if you are just completing your graduation in 2020, then your result, it must be out by 21st July 2020. If your result is to be declared later than this date, then you are not eligible. This is very important. So for final year students, by 21st July, you must have completed with your degree. So this is very important. Let us move to the next part, which is the vacancies. So as I told you that there are total of over 9,000 vacancies, so a lot of vacancies, and there are lots of states RRBs participating. There are actually a total of 43 RRBs who are participating in this recruitment drive, and there is a issue of 0 and NR vacancies that I got a lot of questions regarding this also. So you must have seen that there are some vacancies denoted by 0, others by NR. So NR means that not reported. So that RRB has not reported any vacancy. 0 means that the RRB has reported it as 0. So this is just a slight technical issue, and there is a chance that the vacancies can be increasing in both of these things. So take heart, and maybe it is possible that they are going to increase the vacancies. And the highest office assistant vacancies, it's in Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat and Maharashtra, and the highest scale 1 vacancies are same in Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Gujarat and West Bengal. So the state-wise list, let's take a look at the state-wise list for the office assistants and for the scale 1. So here I am showing you about the RRB office assistants, the multi-purpose office assistants. So as you can see, Andhra Pradesh, there are a lot of vacancies in Andhra Pradesh. Then you have Chhattisgarh also with decent vacancies, Gujarat, Haryana, and you have Madhya Pradesh as well, which has quite a lot of vacancies. Maharashtra also has decent ones, and Rajasthan is there, Tamil Nadu, and then we come to Uttar Pradesh, which actually knocks it out of the park, and Uttar Pradesh has so many vacancies, as you can see. So that's all about the office assistants. And now coming to the officer scale 1 vacancies. So Bihar has quite a decent amount of vacancies, Gujarat has quite a lot, we have again Madhya Pradesh, then we have Rajasthan with a lot of vacancies, and again you can see Uttar Pradesh, so many vacancies are there for UP, and finally West Bengal also has quite a decent amount of vacancies. And so decent vacancies are there, and you can see the notification PDF. I have uploaded it on my Telegram channel, so go and check it out if you want. The officer scale 2 vacancies for different streams, everything you can get from that notification. So that's all with the vacancies. Now there is another question that I got, that if you have 0 vacancies in your state, what are you going to do? Now this is not a good place to be in. I understand it is quite frustrating, but remember that these NR and 0 vacancies, there is a possibility that these things can be rising in the days to come. So I will give you one advice. See, until 21st you can fill the form, right? So at least till 15, 16 or till 17, at least wait before filling the form. Just see if the vacancies are revised. If it is revised and your state gets some additional vacancies, then go and apply in your state. If it is not happening, then in your neighboring states you will be having lot of vacancies. Yes, you can apply for your neighboring state, but remember the LPT is there, the language proficiency test, so you must be proficient in the language of that neighboring state. So if you can just ensure it, then it is no problem, you can apply for the different state. Now coming to the exam fees, this is something that they have increased, and I really do not know why they have done this. This is not something that should have been done, especially on a year when we are just having so many issues with the lockdown and with the pandemic. So it is now actually for officers and office assistants, same rupees 850 for all the other people, rupees 175 for the SC/ST and the persons with benchmark disabilities. So that is all about the examination fees. And now coming to the RRB preliminary examination. Now remember that for the office assistant and for the scale 1 officer, these two posts, there is going to be a multi-layered exam. There is going to be prelims, there is going to be mains. But for the scale 2, for the scale 3, there is going to be only one exam, which is the mains exam, and then you are going for the interview. Now if you want me to cover all these things in a lot more detail, if you want a comprehensive strategy video on the RRB, PO and the clerk, then let me know in the comments. I will definitely go ahead and make it. I'm not delving too deep into the strategies because as you can see, there are a lot of different kinds of components involved, and this video will become very long. And anyway, I have lots of videos on different sections. So for English, for reasoning, for quant, for GA, every different subject you can find videos, you can find playlists on my channel, so you can go check it out. But if you want a comprehensive strategy, let me know in the comments and I'll definitely make something about it. So office assistant, multi-purpose, this examination and the officer scale 1, these are the two examinations for which we have the prelims. Now both of these things are similar actually, not exactly same. We have reasoning and numerical ability. So reasoning and quant are there for both of these things, and the marks will be 40-40, composite duration of 45 minutes. So this is very interesting. There is no sectional locking, so you can actually attack reasoning and the quant whenever you want. So 45 minutes are given as composite time. Maximum marks is 80 marks. Just the difference is that in office assistant it is denoted as numerical ability, and in the scale 1 it is denoted as the quantitative aptitude. So the things are mostly all of the same. So 45 minutes, 80 marks, and I have seen lot of people get over 70 even in this. So it can definitely definitely be done. Now there is a sectional cutoff and also the aggregate cutoff. So in reasoning and in the quant, both of these things you have to overcome the sectional cutoff, and the aggregate cutoff also you have to overcome. There are negative marks as well, so minus 25% marks for each wrong answer that you give, and the test has various versions. So for example, these stars that you can see, these actually denote the versions. So for the reasoning and for the quant, they can be asked in English or in Hindi, and if you belong to, for example, say Tamil Nadu, then you are going to get it in Tamil as well. If you belong to West Bengal, then you are going to get it in Bengali as well. So the local language of the test, you can give the exam in the local language of that state as well. Now coming to the RRB mains exam for the office assistant. Now the mains exam, remember that you are going to be either giving the English language or the Hindi language. So either one of these two, that is very important. Reasoning 40 questions, 50 marks. Computer knowledge 40 questions and 20 marks only, and general awareness 40 marks again. Then you have the English or Hindi for 40 marks, then the numerical ability 50 marks, so a total of 200 marks, and the composite time is going to be given of 2 hours. So very important, you are going to get composite time for this examination, and very important also, there is no interview. So if you are selected in the mains examination, then you can say that you are going to get a job as an office assistant. Now coming to RRB mains for the officer scale 1, so most of the things are similar. Here the only thing different is quantitative aptitude, that you can see they have denoted over here. Reasoning again 50 marks, computer 20 marks, general awareness 40 marks, and English and Hindi, English or Hindi actually you can give for 40 marks any one, then 50 marks of quant. So 200 marks total. Now remember that the mains examination, it will be 80% weightage. So this 200 marks, it will be reduced, it will be normalized to 80 marks, and the interview will account for another 20%. And remember, for multiple shifts there is going to be normalization. Normalization is something that is a contentious issue in the RRB, but still it actually happens, and hopefully this time they'll get it right. And 3x of the vacancies will make it to the interview. So the number of vacancies into 3, that many candidates are going to be called for the interview phase. Now RRB mains for the officer scale 2, general banking. So this is a general banking officer. For the general banking officer, you have again reasoning 50, computer 20, financial awareness 40. So here the general awareness, it is actually replaced by financial awareness. Then you have either English or Hindi of 40. Then quantitative aptitude and data interpretation. Here they have actually mentioned data interpretation. So very important, the stress will be on DIs for this examination. 50 marks for that, and a total of 200 marks, again a composite time of 2 hours. The weightage is also similar, so 80% mains and interview 20%, and again 3 times of the vacancies are going to be called for the interview. Coming to officer scale 2 specialist, now here also similar kind of pattern is followed, but just the marks distribution is different, and also you have now the professional knowledge. So of course as specialist, so if you are applying for IT, then you are going to be giving the paper, the professional knowledge paper in IT, and it will be 40 marks, reasoning 40, financial awareness is also very important, that you need to cover 40 marks, English or Hindi for 20 marks, computer knowledge 20, and quantitative aptitude and DI, it will be 40 marks. So a total of 200 marks, and the composite time, it will be given of 2 hours and 30 minutes, and questions are 240 questions. Now here also the weightage remains the same, and 3 times of the vacancies, the same thing applies. Now coming to the scale 3 officer, so for the scale 3 officer, now what you have again reasoning 50 marks, computer knowledge 20 marks, financial awareness 40 marks. So financial awareness is again very important, quant and DI, so quantitative aptitude and DI 50 marks for that, and English or Hindi, so 40 marks of that, and 200 marks total. So again a composite time of 2 hours. So the officer scale 3, you will notice that officer scale 2 and officer scale 3, the syllabus is actually almost the same, just the difficulty level, it is going to be a lot harder for scale 2, and again the different weightages remain the same, and the 3 times of vacancies will make it to the interview. This also does not change. Now coming to the RRB interview, this is going to happen only for the officers. Remember this, for the office assistant there is no interview. It will be out of 100 marks, very important, and the weightage is going to be 20%. So that 100 mark, it's going to be normalized into 20 marks. So each 5 marks that you get in the interview, it will account for 1 mark in the final tally. Now the nodal RRB, it is going to conduct it along with the NABARD and the IBPS. So there will be representatives from all of these bodies when you are going to sit for your interview. That is very important. And a reserve list is also going to be maintained. So for 1 year minimum, or at least till the next notification, whichever is less in duration, till that time they are going to maintain a reserve list. So you have a chance, even if you do not get it immediately, then also you can go ahead and maybe get a chance in the reserve list. So finally we are coming to the social distancing norms. Now this is very important, and the first exam that we are going to see with a lot of social distancing norms in place in the banking industry. And now different set of reporting times are going to be provided to you, and 15 minutes before the time you have to actually report to the center. So this is very important. What they mean over here is that they are going to tell you when you are going to report. So they are going to give different times for different batches. So for example, one batch can be told to come at 9, so you have to be there by 8:45. Another batch at maybe 9:05 or 9:10, so by 8:55 you are going to be there, etc., etc. So you understand this, the time that they are giving you, they will actually scatter this time across different batches so that lot of crowd can be prevented and different people can be entered into the examination center at different points of time. This is what they are trying to do. So this is something that is similar to the arrangement at airports. Now the roll number and the lab, it won't be displayed outside. So we used to always see these things outside on a piece of paper. They are not giving it this time, so that there is not a lot of crowd and we can actually go ahead without any kind of problems while maintaining the social distancing. And the N95 mask is going to be mandatory. They are also allowing gloves, they are allowing water bottles, they are allowing small sanitizers, the 50 ml small ones, and they are allowing pen. So these things are allowed, and the mask is mandatory, remember. So without a mask they are not going to allow you to sit for the exam. Arogya Setu app, this is also very important. So the app must be updated with your correct risk status. So if you have any kind of difficulties, you have to just go ahead and download this app. And actually they have mentioned that people who do not have a smartphone, they can give a declaration. So I don't know why they have mentioned this, because most people who are applying for this examination, they are going to have a smartphone, unless there is going to be a very small percentage of people. But I would suggest that go ahead and just install this app and do not wait for those kinds of declarations. No need of signing and all those kind of things. And thermo gun checking is also going to happen. So you are going to get checked the temperature of your body. If it is above the normal limits, you are not going to be allowed to enter the examination hall. So this is also something you must note. And no extra rough sheets. This is something new, that the rough sheets that they are going to give you, so make sure that you have enough at the beginning, at the start of the examination itself, because during the exam they are not going to give you extra rough sheets, and they are going to have some drop boxes. So your call letter and your copy of your ID proof, you can just take it together and you can drop that in that box. So they are trying to just prevent the human contact as much as possible. So social distancing is going to be actually maintained in this examination. So that is all about the RRB notification 2020. Now, as I mentioned, that if you want a very good mock test and a very good course by which you can get selected in this examination, you can check out Guidely's course. You can get 10% off by using the promo code Supriyo, and also you can check out the current affairs PDF that is being provided by the Affairs Cloud, and I have also put the link for both of these things below. 10% off you can get if you use the promo code Supriyo, and it will actually help you to get success in this examination. So I hope that you learned something from this video and that it was beneficial to you. If you like this video, please give it a like and share it with your friends so that everybody can get access to this information. And if you want to see more such videos in the future, click on the subscribe button and do not forget to ring the bell so that you, my friend, do not miss any future update. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.